Welcome to the Ordinary Conversations. It's your no ordinary Timmy here, and I have two amazing people here with me. Today is quite different, right? Today is different because we're talking about something pretty sensitive and something we all know, but maybe we just don't have enough information about, right? And it's interesting. What's interesting for me is that you're able to see young people championing these causes, right? You know, they've called us lazy. They said we're lazy. I mean, Baba said we're lazy, we're youth and all of that. But it's good to know that one, we are not. That's one. Two, I think what's also good to know is that we are starting to realize that nobody's coming to rescue us. Like we are legit our own rescue. Like we are the only ones that can. We are in the best position to solve our problems, right? So instead of waiting for help and aids and all of that, you know, it's high time we start looking inwards and addressing the menace in our society, right? So, I have two people, like I said. I have Stephen to my left. I have Hasanna to my right. You're going to see their details on the screen later on as we go. And we're just going to dive into it, right? Stephen, do you want to tell us a bit about you and what you do?
All right. Good morning, guys. My name is Stephen Ogunyinka. I'm into humanitarian service, and I do some automobile marketing also.
Yeah, you're a hustler, Laura Kosha.
Yeah. I on streets.
Yeah, but it's okay to be a hustler, I beg.
Yeah.
You have to get the bag now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Really have to.
How about you, Hasanna?
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Hasanna
She
Nuruddin.
sounds so soft.
My name is Hasanna Nuruddin. I'm also I'm a big time hustler. Like,
Yeah,
need to secure the
getting
bag. Like,
please, so.
anything. I'm going to do anything legit to put food on my table. Like, I sell foodstuffs online, food packages. You know, we go to companies during the festive season.
Yeah.
Get them to patronize me.
Yeah.
I sell online most times during the festive seasons. That's most of my busy times. And I also do part-time event planning, like little event planning.
Okay.
Also a makeup artist. But that makeup
Hey, as in, I'm just thinking like you sell online event planning makeup. It's okay. It's all right. This is Nigeria. I mean, if you don't
every Saturday now for one pay now,
one
weekends, yeah. So basically that's what I do.
And how has that been though? How's that also been? Is it draining or is it as rewarding as you thought it was going to be?
The food packaging business, oh my god, you know how dispatch drivers frustrate our lives. Like, you know, sometimes when you want to meet up with some targets, your clients are not understanding that okay, dispatch can pick up like 6 o'clock and it won't deliver until like 6 in the evening.
Imagine.
You know, so the clients will feel like, oh, maybe you're trying to buy me something like that. So those are some of the challenges. And now with the inflation,
How you guys
business is not even
How you
moving.
guys
I haven't made
coping?
sales in like forever. The last time I made sales was during the Ramadan period, and that was like April.
That's heartbreaking actually. That's
Very
heartbreaking.
Well,
heartbreaking.
mind you.
Okay, let's whatever here. Simi, you mentioned humanitarian, right? And I think I already asked you. You're not a lawyer. You're a lawyer.
I'm not.
So what's your form of humanitarian? How did that get to be? What did you study in school, by the way?
I have a first degree in biology.
Are you planning to jackpot too? Because there are people that studied sciences now.
All right. So I've actually had plans to jackpot, but at the same time, looking at the current situation in the country, we are all we have. That's a fact. Nobody's really going to come true for us. That's the sincere truth.
Yeah.
And we really need people like myself and Hasanna and other non-government organizations out there to see if we could tackle one or two problems in the society.
What problem are you tackling? Are you passionate about?
At the moment, I was into problems before. When I mean problems, into like.
Do you know how that sounds?
Yeah.
Problems.
So
Okay, but it's fine.
I was actually because I've worked with like 5 non-government organizations in different areas. But at the moment, sometimes last year I looked at it and be like, everybody's focusing on eradicating poverty, education. What about those guys in prison? That's it. What about those guys in prison? Is there something we really can do to help them out? Sometimes around last year, October, I lost my job. Then I was supposed to actually japa, but one or two things didn't work out.
Work out again.
Yeah, then we are back on the
The
drawing
streets.
table, back on the streets. And one thing about automobile hustling is today you might make one or two sales, you have the money. Then at the next 1 or 2 months,
No sales again.
no sales
Yeah.
again. Yeah, you really need one or two plugs to pull back. Sometimes around December when I was making my plans for the year 2022, I said, what about me just come up with a non-governmental organization that is actually going to focus on prisoners' welfare? Then I saw a tweet on Twitter, and I put a tweet out. Then she reached out to me. I didn't reach out to her. She reached out to me.
we need a screenshot of how we started versus how it's going.
Yeah, I can send that to you later.
Exactly.
Then she reached out to me. Then we had a conversation like 2 or 3 hours after on phone, close on her conversation. And I actually realized the way I was thinking is the same way she was thinking. So, come on, fam, let's come together.
Wait, sorry, let me ask. I like to do people on spot. Like, are you guys dating?
No.
Me date this one.
Okay. My question is answered. I'm just teasing.
All right, so we had a conversation about her and her conversation. Then less than 12 hours after we came up with the name, then she has a network. Yeah, she's connected.
She's a
Ah.
hustler.
Yeah,
You know many things she does.
Yeah, she's connected, and we had a conversation. We came up together, different ideas coming up. Then we started around January. That was January.
Yep.
Started around January, our designs. Then it got to a point we visited some lawyers, and they were like, "Wow, what you guys are trying to do is superb." And I'm like, "Okay, this is actually making sense." And almost everybody we've shared our ideas with, like, "Oh, come on, this is brilliant. This is brilliant." That's actually that was our first outreach was April.
Yep.
When we got 3 inmates released, and that was the beginning of the whole thing.
It's interesting, right? Because before now, when I hear the word NGOs, I just think of people looking to scam people. Honestly speaking, like they want to make money, they want to get grants, they want to be in the spotlight. They just want to make quick money. Because for a larger part of my life, I've met people who have NGOs and they have not been doing what they said, what they claim that they're going to be doing. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who has that mindset, right? But my question would be, so you said you guys connected, like you had the same idea, right? So you put out a tweet. What was that tweet? What was the tweet you put out that caught his attention?
Okay. This is a personal journey for me. Because of I'll just say brother, because if I say because he's an Igbo boy, if we look beyond the tribe and everything, we're all humans. So Junior is an Igbo boy. I'm Hausa, so we are in no way related. But he's a human being like me. So why can't I help? The whole thing started 2020 when I put out that tweet that imagine this guy has been in maximum. He has been in prison for the past 6 years, awaiting trial. Damn, that thing went viral.
Prison as in like police custody or
Kiri medium prison. He's been there for 6 years, awaiting trial.
What did he do?
That's the saddest part. He only went to charge. There was no light in his house. He does phone downloads and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Video downloads, music downloads, apps and all that. That's what he does. But that day, that fateful day, his laptop was down. So he wanted to charge it before going to work. He works at Olugbede. That's at Egbeda.
Okay.
So he went to his friend's house, Prosper. Prosper is his friend. So unfortunately, that house he went to, the owner of the house went to rob. He's a young guy too. I don't know if I can
That's
share.
the owner of the house, yeah.
So the guy went to rob one lawyer like that. They took his car, they injured the man. They almost left him for dead. So after some time, just imagine, I can't even say a thief is smart because you stole a car in, let's say, Victoria Island,
Yeah.
and you are still driving that car around Victoria
That
Island.
doesn't make sense.
So the man saw his car with the mechanic. Even the mechanic is still in prison up till now. He saw his car with the mechanic, and he was like, he traced the guy to the workshop. And when they got there, the policemen were on mufti, so he thought they were potential buyers.
Yeah.
Just that kind of thing. Like, okay, let me just hustle. I know Stephen will do that kind of thing. So he sells, so you can give him the car. Okay, sell this car for like 2.1.
Yeah.
And Stephen will go like, okay, 2.3. So he's going to get the, So that was what actually happened until he saw them bring out guns, ID cards. He was like, won't be what for me, like it's not his car, something like that. So that was how they arrested that guy. And the day they were supposed to go and arrest the Akim guy, Akim was not around. And if you know how our policemen, like, I'm not sorry to say
Hakim
that.
Again?
Hakim is the owner of the house.
Okay.
The main armed robber.
Yes.
Like, so you know how policemen say, I'm not sorry to say this. So they just took 3 guys from that house. Prosper was on towel. He wanted to beat, different interviews. Prosper was on towel. Peter is a tiler. He was going to work that day. So that was how they took Peter. They took Prosper and Junior from that house. Okay, taking them to the police station. That's Afonka police station. They said, okay, once they see Akim, they are going to free them.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. They were a little bit relaxed. So they called Akim. They just lured him there that, okay, you just come. When you come, we'll settle it. So he went there. And that was how they arrested him. From there, they took them to Panti. They transferred it from that Afonka to Panti. Then from there to court. They were from Afonka to SAS, PWD. So from PWD to Panti, that was when Junior told me that, like, the man told him to pay 5 million naira. I was like, 5 million naira for what now?
This was pre-NSAS, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So during the NSAS, like, I was crazy about it.
Did you go out?
I did.
You went all out.
I
Guns
did.
blazing. I can see who said they are not.
I did. Like, I was angry. We have people stealing billions.
Yeah.
And now we have people stealing billions. And what are they getting? This boy didn't do anything. Like, that's my pain. He didn't do anything.
Where are they expecting him to get 5 million from?
From his father died during this fight.
Oh my.
Abbas lost his mom. Abbas lost his wife. Abbas is the mechanic.
Oh my.
That guy was depressed.
Oh my.
He lost his wife, lost his mom. Prosper lost his sister. All in this.
They didn't give them opportunities to, like, get lawyers or get some form of help.
Oh, when the whole thing started, they got one lawyer like that, but the man was not.
No ginger.
My job as a lawyer is to anything. I'm a taton, that kind of thing. So, but the lawyer was like, maybe the judge would tell them, like, okay, next adjournment, maybe 6 months. You just sit there as your lordship. Peju, mommy. Barrister Peju, when you tell her, she'll tell you, my lord, this case has suffered from a lot of kiniko. Please, you can't give us lesser than 3 months. 2 months since Peju started this case. 1 month adjournment. In a month, we'll get 2 dates.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Like, she's very agile.
That's fantastic.
When I took up this thing, I told them, come, this lawyer, we are changing him. Some NGOs, when twins go viral like that, everybody be like, oh, I will take it up for free. See, that kind of thing. When you say, I'll take it up pro bono, I'm sorry to say this, but I don't want, because when you say pro bono, it's only when the date suits you.
Yeah.
What if you have something,
there's no commitment,
and I'm not paying you, so
exactly.
the ginger won't be
Except
there.
it's
Like,
personal for you as a person.
I can call Barrister Peju at any time, mommy. I mean, they bankroll you. What's up? That kind of thing. I can call her at any time. Like, what's up, what's going on? I can call you a day before but if it's pro bono, I'll be like, sir, how are you, sir? I just the tone is going to.
I said, you not be like, yes.
I'm not around today, but I'll try and send someone.
I'll get back to you and see again.
So something like that. So the case suffered from, the lawyer being
like a bicycle.
Yes,
nonchalant,
the nonchalant attitude was there. The judge has frustrated our lives. Habba now. You adjourn case without letting us know. You get to court and be like, oh, my lord is not sitting. Their lord is not sitting. It's not my own. Their lord is not sitting though. Their lord went for sabbatical. Their lord went for conference. So stuff like that. There was one time they went to court only twice in a year.
Man.
It got to a stage. These guys were telling us that they want to, I don't know the Oyinbo, they want to plead bargain.
So they were plead
guilty
no.
I had to, we had to talk to them like, you don't have to do
giving
that.
Up.
You're giving up already, and we're getting to the end of this thing. You don't have to give up. I can't imagine what you're going through in there. Guy was like, you don't know what I'm going. I said, I can't even imagine what you're going through, but I'll just beg you that you shouldn't give up. See, don't think about it now. Think about it later when, what if you want to travel out? What if you want to go for, a political post? It will be there. Guy was like, it doesn't. I said, no, let's just stop. So at least last time we were in court, everything was looking promising. Stephen was there with me in court.
How long ago was that? How long ago was that?
That was May.
Yeah, this is June.
Yeah, May. It was May.
Last month.
Yes. So the next date is July 6th.
Okay, but so far, for me, I feel it feels painful. Even hearing it, right? Because I have a younger brother, and I'm trying to picture how that will make me feel, right? But have they been able to confirm or clarify, via all of these court sessions, that these boys are not armed robbers?
They've always known that these guys were innocent.
Why are they? And is there a reason for keeping them?
The prosecutors,
the
prosecutors too have all of one number, like the prosecutors, people know. You be like, oh, and ever since the NSAS thingy, the IPO has been transferred to Abuja. We all know it won't come. Prosecutors will be like, oh, with the IPO has promised to be is going to be around. We'll come to court. IPO is not around. We are bringing the witness.
Who is the witness?
So the whole thing is just frustrating. Like, you people know now. Even the judge last time, sometimes we go to court, the judge she would just align with us and be like, that day she was like, everything you're doing, just have the fear of God in you. You guys know these boys are innocent. Everybody was serious? Shocked, like, okay. So then she gave us 2 dates, only for us to get to the court the first date. Our Lord was not around. Their Lord was not around. So, the second date was obviously not possible anymore. So we had to, get
another date again. So that's bringing about all the delays. Have you? So right now, let me understand. You guys are not just fighting for. Is it just Chooks? You're fighting for the 3 of them simultaneously, but for you it's Chooks primarily. Am I right?
I know. For me, since they are all involved, there's no way I can fight for. There's no way we can fight for just one person. It has to be all of them.
What about their family members? Okay, some of them have lost. Those have lost. Is there any other person?
Prosper's mom. Oh my goodness.
I don't even want to laugh at this.
Prosper's mom. Oh my goodness, this woman doesn't come to court. Ever since she lost her daughter, she doesn't come to court.
Again.
She doesn't come.
She has probably given up.
The funniest thing is her shop or her stall is right behind the court.
So it won't cost her anything to come.
At
but
all. It's just
It
a
will probably be more
stone throw.
heartbreaking for her to come
You know,
every
the last time
and
she
not
came,
say-
no. Okay, Prosper made a statement that if he comes out here,
Wow.
you know, every time there was a time Junior's mom was sick. She brought her drugs to the court. She was taking her drugs. You know, it's a little things that matters. See, just coming to see him, bao new, shala fear lower, hope you're okay.
Yeah, don't worry,
oh
God
no,
will
you
do
know,
it.
God will do it, you know.
He
He'll feel loved.
encouraged.
And most times when they come like that, he's always in the cell.
So
You
he
know,
feels abandoned.
He feels abandoned. Last time they had to tell Prosper's mom, Emma, where you are now? My phone come. That was when she came.
Oh wow.
Like, haba. So most times when I'm going to court, I'll just say, I can't I'll
that-
just pass.
At least she knows that you're
She
going.
knows.
It's sad. It's encouraging. I mean, it's discouraging. rather.
Abbas, or every time his
That's the
children,
mechanic.
his children comes every time. Like you think they will cook, you know?
Aw.
They
So
just
it's
want
like reunion.
Yes, and it feels really nice. Like seeing something like that, he feels loved. Even when his wife died and everything, but seeing his children will give him hope that okay,
Yes.
don't worry, one day
He
I'll
has
be
something
out.
to live for. He
Yes.
has a reason to keep fighting.
Exactly.
And I mean, thank you for sharing this, because for me, and for many people that are listening to this, I think it will put into context how these days now what we say on Twitter is "May Nigeria not happen to us," because that's the word right now.
That's a
because
prayer.
these guys, Nigeria literally happens
Happens.
to them, right?
Haba.
And so you said that you now do humanitarian services, and that includes prison outreaches, right? So what are the things that you do in your outreach? Do you just visit them? Do you invest? Do you look into cases of people that have been there for a long time? You mentioned you got some people released. I mean, how does this work for you?
All right. So after we met and after the whole suite of a thing, we were looking at prisoners' welfare, but at the same time, after proper consultation with a barrister, it gave us the details of what that welfare contains. Of like, this is not something we can do.
It was too expensive. It was too high
It's
level.
wide. When you talk about prisoners' welfare, is it their aftercare initiative? Is it legal support? Some of them school. And also material support. When you look at the whole thing, it's way too wide. And Lagos State has 5 correctional facilities. Nigeria has 240. And we are looking at Africa. That was our goal and dream at that period. So, so if we are still looking at Lagos State, what about the other 35 states in Nigeria?
Yeah.
And our goal is by 2025 be the biggest charity about prison outreach in Africa. So the thing
That's a lofty one.
very, very. So we had to go back to the drawing table and be like, madam, come on. This thing is actually very big. So we have to pick 2: legal representation and material welfare.
So legal representation and material welfare, that's what you do now.
That's what we do now.
What does that legal representation entail? Like you get lawyers for them or what?
Yeah. So at the moment we get lawyers for inmates. So, but at the same time we're still working on structure, because when you're looking at you trying to build something is going to be the biggest charity in Africa by 2025, you have to put in proper structure. So that's what we've been working on in the last 6 months. But that does not still mean we don't do our outreach or we don't even get people out.
Yeah.
So we're trying to put in our structure where we have lawyers, some who actually work for us pro bono, but at the same time we still give them like bicycle allowance. Yeah, just for us to ginger them a bit.
Sorry, is that what they call it? Bicycle
No,
allowance?
bicycle
So you are the
allowance.
one that
No,
just call
it's a
them.
term from NYC camp back then.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was in service, I was given 1,500 or 2,000
Did I get
naira.
bicycle allowance?
Maybe you did.
I can't remember anything about NYC.
You were an international student now, so
I schooled here in Naija.
uh,
I served in Delta State, Asaba.
oh,
Yeah.
I served in Akwa Ibom.
Akwa Ibom, how was that?
Fine, I'll go there over and over again.
No, this Calabar. That's Calabar now.
No, Uyo.
Uyo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I served in Nisolata. That's where the NYC camp itself is. All right, so we're just trying to look at a way to give them, when I mean bicycle allowance,
Just
we can't afford to pay them, but at the same time, let us give us
like an
something
honorarium,
to
something to say thank you.
Barista Eshe or brand envelope. That's what we're trying to look into, because most of all these the prisons are well overcrowded. Imagine a prison built in 1951 for 800 inmates, having well over 2,500 conveniently.
800 to 2005.
500. That's
Oh.
times 3 is 2,400. So I don't know where to put the remaining
That's
100.
about some 300%.
Over 300%. Yeah. Over 310%, if I'm correct.
That's
Over 310%.
Has Nigeria built any prison recently though?
That I know of, no.
In the last decade, 10
I
years?
don't think so. Boo Boo promised us. Boo Boo promised us
Not
that
really,
recently.
Boo
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing has been
that
done.
didn't happen,
Yeah,
right?
we don't really have to go into that.
How do you fund this? So this, for example, I'm thinking this bicycle allowance that you give these guys. How do you fund it? How do you guys get grants? Do you have individuals that support you people? Do you have organizations? How do you fund it? Or is it from your pocket?
At the moment, it has been some of our egbons. And we pitched all these things to some of our egbons, and they believed in what we really want to dwell into. And our chairman, Awofo Sean Cross, and Amayo Adio, we had a conversation with them back then, and we were like, okay, any show, our lane. And ever since then, they've been amazing. But at the same time, before
There's a limit.
before we came into the picture, they have their own responsibility also.
True.
And we can't say Egbon Alpha, okay, go drop 100K today. We'll now come back again next month, Egbon 100K. I'm gonna be like, yeah. So there are actually times when we put out some broadcast message on WhatsApp, and we get donations sometimes as low as 500, even 1,000. But when you bring out 1,000 from 10 people, that's 10,000,
10K.
and that's like 3 people pushing out different tweets.
Yeah.
So sometimes the last one we had an anonymous donor all the way from US. We had an outreach scheduled for Saturday. On Wednesday, we don't even know how we're going to go about it. Then on Saturday, Barrister Emmanuel, one of our friends, and our Oyo State coordinator just called and be like, okay, there's someone from US, and the person gave us some amounts, and then we had to just do the outreach. So apart from other challenges from the prison, fund has been our major challenge. And recently we were able to collaborate with an organization. I don't know if I can mention it. With an organization, and we visited the Kirikiri Female Correctional Facility.
Yeah, I remember.
To donate well over, I think you were there. To donate to donate well over 100 reusable pads for inmates, because this is something they can use over and over again. Yeah, they might have done something that might be innocent, but that does not take the human part of them.
The human part of them away.
And the agenda. Yeah, we have to consider that also.
There are 2 things in my head right now, right? So you knew the reason why you're fighting for Chooks is because you know Chooks, like you know him. At least from the beginning. Imagine you were not acquainted. You wouldn't know this is what happened to him. Talk less of trying to fight for him. How do you guys identify people that actually need help? So, for example, now you go to the prison, right? There are 2,500 people there, right? You got some released. So, and they come to tell you, okay, I assume that what they will tell you is, okay, out of this so number, these ones are awaiting trial. But how do you discern who is innocent? Those who are awaiting trial might actually be guilty. Am I right?
Right.
It's possible, right? Yes. So how do you identify who you should be helping and who you shouldn't be helping?
Okay, and that's where the social responsibility comes in. We have to do our own investigation.
So you guys do some form of investigation.
Exactly. Because, sometimes you talk to the controller, be like, this is what we want. We are here for the, not the guilty ones, not the criminals you get, but, there are some people that are better off there. There are some people that are better off in the prison than out in the
than on the streets.
Yeah,
right?
than on the
danger
street.
To society.
Exactly. So those are not our target market. So we do our own investigations. Go over to this thing, collect their case files. Go through. We can even get a lawyer to, okay, please, can you help us do this? Where do you live? Can we see your family members? Talk to them. And if you're someone that your family members be like, low on bail, you'll be like, okay, I get it.
If the family says like,
low on bail,
so that tells you a lot about their character,
exactly.
Right? So what has been the most revealing or shocking thing you have encountered on this journey?
So let me give you a shocking statistics. in Nigeria, we have well over 70% of inmates awaiting trials.
70.
Well over. I don't know I would have said 78, but I would just say
But well over
70% awaiting trials. During our last visit to Badagry Correctional Facility, no, not the last visit, the April visit to the correctional facility, we realized one of the family member does not even know the inmate was in the prison.
Sorry. Wait. Someone is in prison and the family member doesn't know the person is there.
They don't. The guy was picked from Lekki. Look at the distance between Lekki to...
God.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
You we can continue.
How do you pick someone from Lekki?
From Lekki and take the
drive
person
them
to
to
Badagry. Will you ever?
You can't even begin to picture.
And the funniest part is, it was when I met her, I realized there's a prison Badagry.
When you met her.
Yeah. So most people we look at, when they mention prison Nigeria, Kiri,
Ikoyi.
And Badagry happens to be the first correctional facility in the country.
Exactly.
But because of the distance, I wouldn't say it's a forgotten prison.
But it's crazy, right? I'm just trying to think. Is it that they came from Badagry to I'm trying to see the connect, right? How and why.
The fact remains, if you're trying to look at,
I can't even make it.
if you are trying to look at connect, we might spend the next 3 or 4 hours here. When you listen to all these things, it's always annoying. But
have you ever asked them why they took someone from Lekki to Badagry?
we can't ask.
No,
police.
no, you know,
We
they
can't ask
when they
police.
pick them up like that, maybe they take them to the Oshodi magistrate court. From there, okay, let's remand this one in Badagry. Take
They
this
just
one
split
to
them randomly.
Ikoyi, take this
And they
one
don't give them a
to-
chance to speak to their family or even let someone know where
That
they
guy
are.
that can't even speak English from Badagry release.
And Hausa guy.
This guy cannot even communicate in English.
Oh man, I really pitied that guy. The guy said he's going back home.
During his stay at the prison, he had issues with one of
with his eyes.
But I hope he hasn't gone blind, yeah.
No,
But that eye
last time we
was-
saw him.
That eye is not looking like it's going to make.
Yeah.
Has it been released now?
Yeah, it
Definitely.
was one of the 3 we released.
Oh wow. And where did they pick him up? How did they pick him up? Or they just picked him up?
One from Oshodi, I think 2 from Lekki.
Yes, 2 from
Two
Lekki, one
from
from
Lekki.
Oshodi.
I think what the question I have now is that so apparently the bulk of those who are awaiting trial. So we know like before NSAS, the SARS guys were really doing anyhow, you know.
Yeah.
You just stop people on the road, you just pick them randomly. I remember there was a guy who I went to school with, and at a point I saw it on social media on our alumni page that they were looking for him. And nobody knew where he was. The wife said he came home, he said he was going to buy something across the road, and he never came back. Right? So we're all worried. Could he have been kidnapped? Could he have been hit by a vehicle? You know, but just many shades of things. Only to realize later, later I'm talking about like maybe like 2-3 weeks later, that as he was crossing the road, a bus with uniformed guys came and they picked him alongside other people. Right? So this is someone that, I don't know how he was dressed, but this is someone that had come back from work, took off his maybe work clothes and just needed to get something. So I would assume that that's how that happens. But post NSAS, my question to you guys now is, post NSAS, has there been any form of reduction in the way these people are just randomly taken and put into prison in the name of awaiting trial? In terms of numbers now, has it increased? Has it reduced? Is there no difference? I don't know if you get
I wouldn't say yes and I wouldn't say no. But at the same time, post NSAS, look at last year to this year, the rate of missing people has actually increased.
Has increased.
Yeah, you might look at it for probably kidnappers and all. But at the same time, trust me, go to all
a lot
correctional
of them
facilities.
are in correctional facilities.
Go there, then you would see that someone has been picked illegally.
Exactly.
So the thing is, NSAS actually brought them out. Then they went back, they strategized, come back to another formation, and that's it.
Exactly.
So nothing has changed.
What about the guy that was picked for reading? Lost Ogongo.
Reading.
The last guy?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
In the afternoon.
Reading.
3 p.m.
Reading. Police illegal reading. This guy is 19.
Where was he?
19.
That's my 2 sides.
Orile.
Really my 2 sides.
Orile.
And why did they pick him up? I think
there's even a story of a guy that stole 6 pieces of chicken.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we did actually put that. There's this guy. This guy is now 20. He was 18 back then. He works with these small jobs, should I say company? Yeah. Then one of the experience, because I had to liaise with some of their old staffs while doing our own investigation. And they said this man does not pay salary on time, sometimes 11th or 12th. How much are they earning? For someone who is 18 to be working at that age, so he must have been working probably from 16, 15, I don't know. So this man didn't pay their salary. I think this guy now stole 6 pieces of chicken. I didn't say full chicken.
Those small chops, small chops,
not drumsticks.
Those, some of them are not even as big as drumsticks.
Yeah, so it's even possible they might actually cut a drumstick
into 2 or 3. Yes.
This guy stole 6, yeah. And I think it was about going out to sell to all those aboki that used to sell yam outside. Then he was caught by the security person. To cut the story short, he spent 2 years in the prison.
Wait, I need to emphasize this. He spent 2 years in prison for stealing 6 pieces of chicken.
Yeah.
His employer got him arrested. And abandoned him there, left him there.
Yeah. So when he got to the station, he said it was in cartons. And you know, one thing about Nigerian police is Nigerian system actually favors the rich.
Exactly.
True.
Favors the rich.
Sadly.
Yeah. True. For us, your friend that I said was found after 2 or 3 weeks was because you guys has the ability and
we
the
have
material
a wide network and people started searching and
to move out. Now imagine an Hausa person.
Hey. Okay.
You've been warned though.
Now imagine someone from Sokoto who took trailer. You're from Katsina now. I'm not mentioning you. No, that's why we had enough lights towards our side.
I kind of get why you're saying that.
So
because in many cases, they are the ones who are here hustling.
Just imagine someone
without family.
Someone that can't even communicate very well.
In English.
What's your name? Where are you going to? Like, you ask him questions. And
already he's intimidated. He can't even answer you.
That guy, even when we're asking him questions, can't you see the way he was just... I had to speak out something like, guy, you know, those kind of things. I heard about one guy, like, he was picked up from Obalende. He was coming back from work. This guy spent 7 years in Ikoyi prison. You know Barrister Malachi, right? Barrister Malachi was the one who got him freed. You know, the day he was to go home, the man told him, I'm going to send Uber to pick you up. He was asking, what is Uber? Oh my God.
No. He had been in before the arrival of Uber.
You know, life has passed these people by.
Where do they start from?
You know,
how do they start again?
Thank God for this thing now. You know, some of them get to go to school, you know, even if it's online, at least, you know, they start
some form of rehabilitation.
So they won't just be, you know, when you
because
come out,
again, when you come out and you don't have anything to do, you might be pushed to even eventually go into crime.
Okay, so that's one of the parts. When we said we're going to look into material and legal support, the thing was sweet in us. Then it got to a point after we got the first 3 released, someone asked us a question.
What next?
What was next thing for them? That day I called, I was like, I don't understand the game. No, could you hear me more?
I've released you now.
And that's actually something we really need to look into. It's not for you to leave the prison.
It's not enough.
It's not. Because we're just probably releasing you out there. And Nigeria can still happen to you again.
Nigeria can happen to you. You might not become the menace. You might become the menace. You can even get picked up again. That's it. Because you are roaming, you don't have anywhere
because you didn't even commit any crime.
So even the aftercare initiative should be an NGO on its own. It should be because
I agree.
When we looked into it, we were like, at the moment we don't have the ability. So what do we do? One thing about non-government organizations is it's not a competition. It's not like I'm selling rice, you are selling rice, we are competitors. No, we are working together to make the society a better place. So we had to reach out to an organization who has trained well over 1,000 ex-inmates in their own aftercare initiative. And be like, from our end though, we don't have the ability and we don't have the power yet, but let's have a partnership. By the time we have them out, we'll push them to you. And I think 2 weeks ago, they sent the MOU to us. That's for us to sign, but at the moment we've not signed because we are still trying to put a lot of things into place. So by the time we have them, we represent them legally and they are out.
There's a place for them to go,
so them to go because, and then we're looking at a lot of things. We're looking at tech in prison, because there's this stigmatization that comes with when they call so we're not trying to look at Anybody can work from home. You can work remotely. So we're trying to look at the bright ones. There are talents in there. That's a fact.
And they can come out and learn skills.
So the man told us that some of them have PhD.
Yeah, there's a PhD holder in Ikoyi.
Yes.
Yeah, PhD masters.
Yeah.
And I was privileged to be with one of my friends that did his outreach sometimes around March. We paid for over 50 inmates. That's for their jump. So they're actually schooling. They are schooling in there also.
That's
Okay, so they are learning.
Yes.
Yeah, Ikoyi has a facility, but Agri don't have it at the
Not
moment.
Hmm.
QQ has it.
Yeah, and at the moment we are looking at potential partnership with organizations. We spoke with a sport organization yesterday and look at, is there a way you guys can come in and help us create something a bit? They are in there. It's depressing.
So activities that can get their mind off the reality,
realities.
and then maybe help them find or spark a passion or
That is
something
it.
that they can invest their
That's
time and
it.
energy into.
So we're trying to look at partnering with any form of organization, and let's see a way we can come in. Let's see a way we can actually integrate the organization into what we want.
Now that I talk about it, I think a number of things have been going through my head, and what I see now is that it's not one person's call.
It's not.
It has to be a collective one, right? So imagine the ones who are willing to school or who are still young enough to go through the system are able to go to school. The ones who are too old to go through the system are able to learn a skill or some form of apprenticeship.
Yes.
So they can become empowered. And I think this is where individuals and organizations come to play, right? So individuals in the sense that what I will do as an individual when I look at it, I don't have a place to employ them, but can I put funds there? Yes. Can I say take 5,000, take 10,000, take 20K, for this course? Yes. And I think that's what we should be looking at now, because quite frankly, it's sad, right? I don't know if this correlates to what you guys have observed, but it seems that when it comes to the police and the rash and ridiculous way they pick up people, it seems it's rigged against men. It's rigged against men. So I want to believe that they do more of this happens to men more than women. Or is there something?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it happens more to women. And I find myself, like I said, I have a younger brother, right? So I find myself, it just finishing where I see is walking, and most times I'm saying things like, don't wear chain, don't walk at night, don't do, and it's funny, right? But this is me trying to think of the many ways that he can be profiled and picked up. If he's going to work in the morning, I'm dropping him. He's coming back in the morning, I'm dropping. It's funny. It's funny, but I have that. That's what Nigeria has done to me. I have that nervousness, right?
Yeah.
You're going somewhere, like in my house, you're going somewhere. And I think these are, maybe we can end with this, right? The precautions that people can take, right? Because again, most times you leave home, you think you're not going far, let me just quickly go and come back. Nobody knows where you are, right? So I think as little as telling people where you are, where you're going to, thank God for WhatsApp now, thank God for notifications, updating.
I'm living where I am too. This particular
location.
Because I might tell you I'm going to Lekki. We'll go catch Cruise Island.
Yeah.
And you still be putting your mind that,
he went to Lekki.
That's it.
I mean, there was this case of this man that died in a hotel in maybe said he was used or he was killed. He went to write the exams, right? I think the reason why that came to light was that the wife said he was, he's always updating her. When he gets here, I'm at the hotel. I'm leaving. I just had lunch. I just did this. It's funny, right? So when she wasn't getting any updates, she knew something was wrong, right? So I think that's something to take to heart. But we're going to share your handles on your social media pages. We're going to share that, and just tell us quickly where people can find you and how they can support. So we've established that one, as individuals, they can support you guys with funds. Do you document these results you have done, people you have released? You document it? Do you guys have like videos and pictures of them?
Yeah, definitely. It's on our handles, and we have one of these. Egbon is a social media influencer. So it helps us.
Egbon show all the Egbons, thank you. Because all the Egbon,
that's
for one again. But really, I think I don't know who they are, but and like Peju, right? Because the way you were like, Peju mommy, like ginger, I hope they get to watch this. And for me, it's just I mean, a big thank you. In many cases, the seeds that we sow are not, we don't get to reap them immediately. And that's the truth, right? We can't even tell. I mean, it happened to me before. Someone said, "Oh, your dad. Oh, I knew your dad. Oh, okay. Don't worry. Pass. Okay, jump the queue. Okay, don't pay. And it's funny, but we don't do these things for ourselves. Whether you are donating to a cause or you don't do it for yourself. You are doing it for posterity's sake, right? You are sowing a seed and especially on Twitter, everybody's always complaining. Boo boo this, boo boo that, boo boo this, boo boo this, CP, And while we can complain, I think these are one of the ways that we can literally do something. I mean, NSAS really brought out a lot of people like Mo, people like Tola, I can't remember the name, FK, people who really, people who came out, and these are young people like you and I that are pulling their weight in whatever way. Like, see, Hasanna, I'm sure I can just imagine someone offending you. Like, you keep looking very quiet, but I'm sure when you explode, like firecracker.
I've been managing that.
So just tell us where we can find you, and then people can see on your page what you've done. And I'm sure your page will have information on how they can support your cause. So, I mean, are you guys on Instagram?
So at the moment, we're still working on our CSA registration. So most of the things we've done are actually on our personal pages.
Okay.
But very soon, when I mean very soon, we'll have the official page for the charity.
So we can find what you've done on your personal pages.
Definitely.
Okay. So are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your handle?
Ogoyinka Young.
Ogoyinka Young.
Yeah.
Who said you're young?
that was the page I for like 7 years ago. I was young then anyway. So I think I should update.
I say, is it this guy? Is it this artist? Which kid? No. This artist has
Young John.
Is it Young John? I can't remember. One of them has changed their name. I'm growing old. And I'm still a millennial. It's so bad. Like, the way they
Kiss Daniel Vado.
No, they've gone from, maybe it used to be called Boy or Man, and now it's now called, it used to be called
Big
Boy.
Wiz.
Big Wiz. You get it. You get
Always good to
yeah.
Big Wiz.
What's your handle, Hasanna?
I mean, I'm more of a Twitter person.
Okay. But so give us what's the Twitter handle?
At Hausa Girl.
Hausa
at Hausa_girl.
Hausa Girl. So I think we'll share that people can.
You didn't ask for my own Twitter.
Are you on Twitter, Ni?
I
forgot you met on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
I am _Stephen.
Why now? Ogoyinka Young now? Why?
No, I'm not young again.
That's too long. But I would say thank you to both of you too, because I went out with you the last time, and I see that it takes a lot of passion. You have to really want to do this to be able to do it, because it's uncomfortable.
Very.
I can imagine what you guys have gone through in the hands of policemen, lawyers, wardens, the things you have heard, people you have had to talk to, people have talked down on you.
People rejecting us. Yeah.
So
to a Wopo cocking gun at me, I told him, Oga, shoot me.
Hey,
shoot me now.
We are the poster child for coconut head generation. That's the thing.
I told him, shoot me now. You the cock gun. Shoot me now.
And it's ridiculous, right? The lack of training.
Because I wanted to see Junior, and I don't know if I should say it too.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, if we go to the facility, yes, we have to pay. Bringing them to the courthouse,
you have to pay again.
Yes, I pay. Junior pay. So that day, you said I should pay 1,000. I said, Oga, I not be visitor for a year. We pay 500. Let's just pay and let's get out from here. Let's keep it simple. Be like, no, you can't collect 1,000 naira from me. It's going to collect you can't collect 500. It's going to collect 1,000. I said, Oga, I not be novice for a year. I'm always coming here. Can't me, I know you now. If you don't know me, be like, no, you can't. I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm not entering then. Like, I was angry. So one of them like, hey, is it begging me for money? I just I just went out like. So when I was like, Junior's mom called me that way. Let me enter now. So when I just entered, the guy was like, hey, get out from here, calm down. I'm not gonna blood pressure. Kill a share. Go blood pressure to moment. So get out of me, get out of here. That the report too. Okay, no visit here today. I said, I'm not lose now. Do you know how much people share on a daily?
Yeah.
So that was just kicking. You want to shoot me? My papa na soldier. We get general for our family.
Okay.
So I just left. So later, Junior's mom called me that kí ló ń ṣe wọ́n náà. So when I entered, the mom was like, get out. She was like, kúnlẹ̀ kó bẹ̀ wọ́n.
Imagine.
Mommy.
Is you.
So I just noticed that.
His head will now be swelling.
The man was like, ọmọ gidi ni ẹ náà, kí ló ń ṣe báyìí? Ẹ má bínú sáájà, ó kàn wá bẹ́ẹ̀. So that was how the whole thing went. You know, you collect money from us, collect money from them. Are they working?
People that are inside collecting money from them.
Are they working?
I think it's a general rot. Unfortunately, it's a rot that we all have to deal with. But again, conversations as this, and that's why we're having this, right? It's supposed to bring it to the forefront. Let people know that these things are happening, and let people know that there is, while we feel helpless against the system, there is still something we can do about it, no matter how little. Whether we are giving them material support while they are there, whether we are providing some little funds and some little change, to facilitate their freedom, and reintegration back into society. There is something that we can do. Okay, so we've had it's been quite a while. How long have we been talking? Like almost 1 hour now.
Yeah.
Right. So honestly, I'm so glad you guys can make it here. I'm excited to get this out. For me, yeah, and
Don't blush.
Be serious
how
now.
did you cope with him?
Oh my goodness, Stephen is a pain in the ass. Stephen will call me. I'd be like, one day I woke up around 5 a.m. and Stephen was like, hi Kenny, good morning. I was like, Stephen, I'm still sleeping. Leave me alone. Like, this guy gets me on my toes. Be like, okay, 1 a.m. I was like, Stephen, not working hours now. How about now? Let me sleep. Leave me alone. 5 a.m. Kenny, good morning. I was like, come, are you stalking me? Like, you know when I'm online. Oh no. It's a very good.
It's just the
Stop
passion.
blushing.
I think it's just the passion.
No, it's a very good partner. Like,
That's
makes
so
everything
sweet.
get-
Oh, that's so sweet. It's been nice having this conversation with you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. If you've gotten to this point, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to drop a comment if you have a story to share that's similar to this. Drop it. If you know someone who needs some form of help, also
Right.
drop it. Right, they are here. It's what they do. They'll look into it. Let's get the conversation rolling. Let's get it going, and that's what's important. Thank you very much, and bye.